can get the latest COVID-19 information in American Sign Language. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, have created new videos in American Sign Language to help you keep up with the latest COVID-19 news and guidance. Learn how to protect yourself and the people you care about from COVID-19.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I'm Sign1News anchor Jaydeep Gore. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. If President Joe Biden and House Republicans cannot agree to raise the debt ceiling, senior citizens could be among the first to feel the impact. The Treasury Department says if it cannot borrow more money, it won't be able to pay the nation's bills as soon as next week, June 1st. Social Security payments worth about $25 billion are scheduled to go out on June 2nd. Those payments go to the oldest and most vulnerable recipients. People who enrolled more recently get their payments later in the month. %40 of recipients rely almost entirely on Social Security payments for food, housing, and other essentials. Federal workers and military members' paychecks could be impacted as well. And we don't know yet how the Treasury Department would prioritize payments. Tributes and condolences continue to pour in for legendary singer Tina Turner. She died at the age of 83. At the time of her death, no cause was given, but sources say she had been battling illnesses for a long time. She was the first Black woman artist and the first female artist to be featured on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. And she was one of only a few artists to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. Fans have left flowers, cards, and messages on her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Sign1News viewer at Cherokee Native 8354 posted, R.I.P. Queen of Soul Tina. Then she listed some of Turner's biggest hits. What's Love Got to Do with It? Proud Mary, Nutbush, and Private Dancer. R.I.P. Tina Turner. Montana's governor signed a bill into law this week banning drag performances from reading to children in public schools and libraries. House Bill 359 prevents children from attending sexually oriented shows and from being present at so-called obscene performances on public property. The law specifically targets drag story hours. That's an event hosted by a drag queen or drag king who reads children's books and engages in other learning activities with minor children present. The law makes Montana the latest GOP-led state to restrict drag shows. Republicans say the performances expose children to sexual themes and imagery that are inappropriate. LGBTQ advocates, however, argue that not all drag shows are sexual in nature, and laws like Montana's stigmatize the drag community. Take a look at this amazing story of an extreme athlete. 23-year-old Vishal Shukla of Utah was once paralyzed in all 4 limbs. 14 months ago, he suffered a spinal cord injury after a body surfing accident. But Shukla's determination helped him endure a year-long journey through rigorous physical rehabilitation to restore strength and mobility to his limbs. He went from a wheelchair to a walker to crutches to finally climbing Mount Hood, Oregon's tallest mountain. That was a mountainous milestone in his ongoing recovery. With the help of friends, they helped him reach the summit of Mount Hood. And now he's helping others by raising funds for others in need of similar rehabilitation. Amazing. Last year, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline celebrated when it launched its new 988 hotline number. But now, nearly a year later, a survey found only about 13% of adults in the U.S. know about it. Seven out of 10 people said they might use it once they were told about it. But about 40% also expressed some reservations. They worry that calling the number might result in law enforcement action, being sent to a hospital, or charged for services they can't afford. Still, the hotline answered about 160,000 more calls last month. If you or someone you know is in crisis, you can call 988 any time of the day or night. You can also go to the website 988lifeline.org and click on the Deaf and Hard of Hearing tab. This next story is so cool. The newest BMW will apparently let drivers change lanes just by using their eyes. The technology is on the new 5 Series sedan. It allows people to drive long distances on major highways without touching the steering wheel or the pedals. And drivers will be able to change lanes on the highway just by looking at one of the outside mirrors. The system relies on a camera mounted behind the steering wheel, pointed at the driver. The car also uses the camera to check to see if the driver is watching the road. If they're not paying attention, a warning will flash inside the vehicle. And if the driver is drunk, the vehicle will automatically slow to a stop and turn on the hazard lights. Wow, cool. Typically, People pour a glass of wine on Friday to relax after a long work week. Well, you don't have to wait until Friday. Today is National Wine Day. The alcoholic drink is made from fermented fruit. It's been a favorite drink for thousands of years. Different types of grapes produce different kinds of wines. And winemakers combine different wines to create more flavors. So, whether it's red wine or white wine, go ahead and pour a glass of your favorite to celebrate. Enjoy. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.